What's up, drivers? Terry Tips here, giving you some tips for weekday nights to overnights. First, I'm gonna go with the MARTA stations. All right, the outskirts of the MARTA stations: Indian Creek, Doraville, North Springs, and Bankhead. And there's another one over there by Bankhead. They're pretty close. So the outskirts of the MARTA stations are pretty big between 8 to 12 o'clock. All right. It could go longer because I know the trains run at 2 a.m. But from my experience, 8 to 12 o'clock is definitely a good run. You can go back and forth to those stations because the buses don't leave to like an hour sometime, an hour and a half. So if you grab a ride, drop them off, you can go back to the MARTA station. All right. Also, clubs, all right, bars, they're just gonna run. Okay. A good night, Wednesday night, is a pretty big bar night because the drinks are cheap. So the bars bring everybody out for a Wednesday night by making the drinks cheap. And it kind of run like a Friday and Saturday night, just not as dense as that night. But the surge is still the same. Maybe between 1 and 3 o'clock, you start getting the surges in a normal spot. In the normal spots like Buckhead, Midtown, Downtown, Highlands. So you want to keep an eye out on that. Also, the strip clubs on, around 3 o'clock. Of course, the strippers and the bartenders and the waitresses start letting out. The clubs, all clubs close at 3, most of them. Now, some of them are open to 5. But back on the strip clubs, between 2 and 3 o'clock, they start letting the dancers out. And most strip clubs are on, they scattered. Of course, if you're an experienced driver, they scattered around Piedmont, Buford Highway, and you have some on the outskirts, Strokers and Magic City, Cheetah. So if you're around those areas around that time between 2 and 3, stick around there because they will be letting loose. Definitely at 2:30 and 3 o'clock, they will be letting loose. So know your areas at what time they let loose. And know your clubs on certain nights. Like I gave you Wednesday night is mostly a lot of bars and clubs. But a Monday night is local. I know that's a big one on Monday night because their karaoke is pretty popular. I know Aroma, Medusa on Buford Highway is pretty popular. And those clubs are actually open to about 5 o'clock. So those can go to 5 o'clock in the morning. But on the overnight, around 4 o'clock till on, that's when the airport runs start running. So the mapper starts surging prime time between 4 to, 7, 8 in the morning. Of course, longer, but I'm talking about night and overnight. So you have so sum it up, you have your 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock on the MARTA station's outskirts. Plus your city is always gonna need pickups and rides. Then between there, know your clubs. Between there, like 12 to 3 o'clock, stick around high density clubs on your days that you know where it's going to be a lot of people at. And between 2 and 3, of course, the strip clubs. And 3 o'clock, all clubs let go. And around 4 o'clock, it's going to be airport runs, and also the clubs that is open till like 5 in the morning. Now, I could only name a couple, like Medusa and Aroma. Excuse me, are mostly the main two I do at like 5 in the morning. But there's some other clubs out there on the low that's till 5 in the morning too. And that pretty much sum it up. So definitely know your area. Know where you're at what time, what's going on, what days. All right? All right, drivers, be safe, man. Make money. Later.